See Brown in your face.
Have you heard of Everything at Once?
Do you know about Everything at Once?
It's internationally known.
Aliens listen to it.
It's the best ever.
If there's something you're looking for in the 814, or feeling a little bored and think there ain't no more, check out Everything at Once and allow it to be your source. It's that raw podcast that's always showing support, highlighting the scene. No need to take I-90 to Peep or 79 to see how it be. Interviewing your locals with mindsets that are global. Innovators and creators on every single upload. So much going on in the EPA.
Incredible content.
Everything at Once will keep you up to date.
Amazing guests.
What you doing? Come through and hang with Tony and Dave.
Community driven.
Bringing everything at once from around the way. Everything at once from around the way. Hey.
Please listen. We love you. Everything at Once.
Everything at Once.
It's time to introduce this show.
The best show on the face of the planet.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in today. We want to thank our Patreon producers, Brian G., Josh W., Ian D., Nick G., and Sadie M.
Patreon, it's an awesome way to support the show and say thanks. You can become a Patreon supporter by clicking the link below and choosing to be an intern, assistant, or producer level supporter.
If being on the production team is too much pressure for you, you can also send any contributions using our Venmo at Everything at Once Studios. We now want to thank all the local businesses who supported this episode. These businesses get the Everything at Once stamp of approval and are critical members of the Everything at Once community. We couldn't do it without them. With winter approaching, are there any last-minute details that you want to change or renovate around your home?
I might, but you know who to call.
Yeah! Ghostbusters!
No, Tony. No, not Ghostbusters. Solid State Construction.
Oh, yeah. Solid State.
Yeah.
Duh. Solid State takes pride in all their home remodeling projects. Solid State specializes in bathroom remodeling, kitchen renovation, window and door installation, custom design work, and more, including painting, flooring, drywall, sidewalk, decks. Get your free quote today by calling Nick at 814-397-7854. Solid people, solid product, Solid State Construction.
You know, Tony, with all these renovations from Solid State, I think we might have kicked up some bad energy around here. Yeah, oh yeah. Luckily, we know just the people to go see.
I know it this time. It's Ghostbusters.
No, Tony! Our friends at Cauldron and Thorne.
Wow. I feel really dumb right now, and I can't believe I didn't think of Cauldron and Thorne, the world's largest witchcraft and metaphysical shop, with everything a person needs to channel the spirit world.
Practice some self-care.
Find enlightenment.
Curse your enemies.
Protect yourself from your enemies.
Bless your friends.
Cleanse your space from negative energies. You can check out all the magical wares available at for these different practices we all love and enjoy at Cauldron and Thorne, 2724 West 8th Street, or online at cauldronandthorne.com.
This week, we have an incredible guest for you.
Take 5, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The candy bar, pretty good.
Yeah.
Those are really
I don't
good.
have any, though. You can't have one.
Oh,
It's
come
not like I'm
on.
offering
You can't
one.
just, hang that in front of my head and...
Yeah, well, in another universe, maybe I did.
I guess I got something to run towards,
And
right?
maybe in another universe, this happened.
You actually had a Take 5 in your pocket, and it was all melted, and you were like,
Right.
"You're
And we were recording a podcast, and it was amazing. And then the power went out because of the wind.
Yeah, right?
That's what happened.
It's the way it
Candy
goes,
bars
dude.
for everybody.
Someday, we'll be able to control the weather.
Yeah, someday.
I'm confident. I feel like there's a song somewhere in there
There's enough satellites up there.
to control the weather.
I think so, probably.
I think so.
To make some sort of science crazy magic happen.
I think you should write a song about controlling the weather.
That's a
Controlling
good
the
idea.
weather.
What cartoon was that where he had the weather control? Was it Cobra?
No, the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
No.
That
Well,
was
that
a
was a movie. That was a
movie.
book. There was
I don't know what cartoon controlled the weather. God
Dexter's
damn it,
Lab?
Dave.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I'm going to have to look it up.
DD! Get out of my lab! Dexter's Lab, did he do that in that?
It was
might
like
have,
a
dude. He's a scientist for sure.
It was like a superhero cartoon,
okay.
but we're
Oh, Captain Planet.
no, not Captain
The
Planet.
X-Men.
X-Men is true. Storm could control
Storm
the
could
weather.
control
Well,
the weather.
that wasn't what it was, but we'll just go with that.
Okay.
It was the
Yeah,
X-Men.
it was the X-Men.
He'll
Storm.
think of that halfway through the podcast and be like,
I'm just gonna
guys,
cut you guys off.
it was just like unprompted, no context.
I know.
I'm like 99% sure it was Cobra Commander, and I believe that's G.I.
Cobra
Joe.
Commander?
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
G.I.
that's
Joe, yeah.
definitely G.I. Joe. I don't
Sure.
recall Cobra Commander ever
recording.
being able
Hi,
to control
guys.
the weather. Yeah,
Hello,
we're
guys.
here. We're
Hi,
back.
we out here.
Yeah, I tricked you all and
Aha.
jumped in. Now everybody's gonna think we're crazy because we're talking about some weird weather controlling shit and trying to convince you to write a song about controlling the weather.
You know what? Bet, Tony. Big bet.
I'm expecting it on the EP. I know you guys are working on it. That's like the big push lately. You've been in the news. You've been on the radio. You've
Yeah.
been in the newspaper. Everywhere on planet
Twice.
Earth. Twice.
I wasn't expecting that.
On
but
the
yeah,
radio?
for the no, the newspaper.
In the newspaper. Oh,
yeah, actually, it came out 2 days ago about the open mic competition that I just hosted last night.
How does somebody get so famous, Matt?
I don't
Crays?
get it.
We've
I'm
never
just-
been in the newspaper. Actually, vicariously, Everything at One Studios also in the newspaper because you guys used my pictures.
Yeah, you
and
did.
my video.
Did they credit
I'm
you?
looking at you, Erie Times.
Let's go.
So
To be fair, I sent it to them, and I was like, "Please credit."
yeah,
Tony
they
C.
didn't.
and
I'm
everything
watching
at
you. You
once.
didn't say thanks. Everything at One Studios or Tony C. photographer, whatever. I don't really care, but you used it, and that's fine. It's good. I
Hey,
like it. I mean, it's good.
We
to
got
be out
social
there.
promo for
Oh,
you, bro.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
It's great. But my question is, how do you become so famous?
I'm not famous, but
You've been in the newspaper twice in
So
like
here's-
2 weeks.
here's
on
how
the
I see
radio. You're hosting competitions, world-renowned competitions with internationally known musicians.
Yeah, there was
You're
some
basically-
really great talent there yesterday.
You're basically
Seriously.
an American Idol judge.
Ooh.
Basically, I'm an
You're
American
making a
Idol judge.
movie.
And
I am in
making a
fact
movie.
making a movie.
You're like a co-star in a movie.
Yeah.
Tell us about that movie.
Yeah. tell us about the movie, man.
Well, it's the
That's
story
what we
about
really
this
wanna hear
girl.
about.
What was her name again?
Ooh. You're fired.
Yeah,
No,
you're,
just-
you're fired right now. Get out! Get out right now!
No, it's this whole past couple weeks has been a really humbling experience. You know what I mean? Ticket sales are doing okay. We're about halfway there to capacity for the space. And yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to practice gratitude, right? And like put it back in. The fact that I have like attention on my story is kind of what I wanted, you know, but like to have my face and, you know, musculature on the front page of
the musculature.
Well, dude, I mean, you took a
this
great
is humbling.
photo.
Humbling.
That was a
Matt.
great photo you took
See,
of
I was
me in
wondering
this
when-
vein right here.
That one. That's the important one, dude.
Yeah, it's the lady killer.
Splooge.
Thanks, buddy. But no, it's a humbling experience.
I don't know how
mean,
it can be humbling to have your face plastered all over the newspaper, Matt.
I don't know, man. Well, no, you know, I talked to a few friends. Tyler, one of them, of like, okay, so there's a fine line between like shameless self-promotion and like just being grateful for what you're able to do, right? Like I feel like I have this music and I guess I have this gift that other people don't, and I'm trying to tell a story with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to get my face on the fucking paper, but it's nice that it happens because then more people come and listen to music, and then in turn, more people can be moved in whatever way they want to be. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So-
It's important, and it's good to have your story get attention. That's like really the goal, is to spread it around.
Right.
And have people pick on it. And obviously they wouldn't be doing it if people weren't relating to it or
Right.
like vibing with it or resonating, whatever you want to say, with the music and with the songs and stuff.
Right. I think the support isn't as surprising as the attention it's getting. You know what I mean? Like the
sure.
attention that it's getting is surprising to me. I am a, you know, at heart an insecure person about what I've been doing. I've been doing it professionally for 10 years, and nobody's listening to my music, and now everybody's looking at me. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm looking forward to putting the song out. Comes out next Saturday. It actually comes out during the event at City Gallery. So by the end of the event,
Coming out on Spotify?
yeah. So at the end of the event, I'm going to play it through my speakers.
Oh,
is
wow.
what I'd like to do, so that everybody can hear the finished product that has bought a ticket.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And for the listeners out there, we're in an alternate universe as always, so it's actually this Saturday. It's not next Saturday.
It's this Saturday.
Yeah.
Not a week from today, but
Yeah, because if you try
instead
showing
6
up,
days or
if you
5
try
days.
showing up on May 4th,
Oh,
you're gonna be
right,
like,
right.
oh, City Gallery, where
April
the fuck is Matt Crays?
27th.
yeah.
At City Gallery. The show starts at 7. Tickets are about halfway sold. If there are people that want to come at the door, please do. It's just going to be standing room at that point, probably. I may or may not have an interview on Erie News Now for it.
What?
What?
The First at 4 guys?
First at 4, yeah.
Yeah, dude, John's the man.
John Duckworth.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah.
Fucking Idiotville, Steel Pirate Media, all those guys that
Big
he helps
shout
out
out.
with. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friend of the show.
But the plan is to, fill the space and get as many people interested in this song as possible, because I'm fundraising for an album, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll definitely put that satellite weather control one as a special, special
Bonus track,
bonus
baby.
track on the album.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, the first set will be me doing kind of like a songs and stories like Smilo does, with some of my deep cut originals, like the first couple songs I ever wrote, and then I'll transition through the songwriting, and then at the end, it'll be me, Abby Weech, and Dave Tamilonis as a trio playing the album songs.
That's
Be
awesome.
pretty tight.
Right. So I'm really pumped about it. Like I said, just the outcrying of support is really, really cool, because it's like I was on the music scene back in like 2017, 2018, and I was hitting it pretty hard back then. And a lot of these people knew me, and then I go to an event like I did last night, and all of those people are there, and everybody's just happy to see me doing well. In fact, my name's plastered all over the place because I'm the host of the thing. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's just
American
like
Idol judge, Matt Crays.
like last year at Chafee's Music Festival, I reconnected with a lot of those people, and like the general opinion was, it's like, yeah, we saw you fucking up. Your face last time it was in the paper was for a high-speed car chase.
Yeah, boy.
So just people are just happy that I'm back around and doing well. You know what I mean? I'm celebrating 1.5 years clean next month.
Woo!
And
That's a long time.
yeah, and I'm getting to the point where people are starting to, I guess, take notice of what I'm trying to do, and that's just basically tell my story, right? Because that's all I can do. Even in and outside the program that we work, it's like I think it's an important thing, because I think that as a musician, I have a connection with people, normies, quote unquote, right? That other people might not, where they're able to hear it, and then I can't tell you how many times after a show somebody's heard one of my stories behind a song and came up to me and was like, hey, so and so in my family is struggling with this, or like, I struggled with this for years. Somebody from when I was in high school, I did like a youth group, and somebody from that youth group contacted me actually yesterday, and they were like, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I'm also in sobriety. I've got my own journey or whatever, but I've been seeing what you're doing. We haven't talked in like 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? But like, she's a professional music photographer, and she travels across the country and the world taking photos of me. You know what I mean? And like, that's just something she's passionate about, but like, I haven't met her, in 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? So just to like have people like that reach out, it's really cool.
People love a good redemption story, a good redemption arc.
Redemption. Oh wait, I can't sing a lot of that because it's copyright, right?
Well, I don't know, dude.
We've
We've never got a, what's it called, NCA strike?
Oh, for what's my wage again?
Well, they said it's copyrighted, but it's the Blink-182 doesn't give a fuck because they're punk rock. You know what I mean? They're
Fuck
like,
it.
oh yeah, people could use our song. This is fine. We don't give a shit.
I mean,
Blink-182.
There's also parody laws too.
Yeah.
If it's
I didn't
obviously
know that.
Yeah,
parody.
I mean, there's parody laws, but whether or not YouTube actually
Oh, YouTube, yeah.
Right.
those laws or anything like that, in regards to keeping their videos up is an entirely different question.
For sure.
Yeah. But for those listening at home, if you want to buy tickets, you can buy them online. They will be available at the door too. People have been getting confused because there's an optional donation on Ticket Tailor because I'm raising money for the album, right? So the tickets are not $35; they are $25. And the paper actually printed that incorrectly, and we had to change that piece of information. But they changed it pretty quickly.
Nice.
So
That's good, dude. Speaking of What's My Wage Again, I think we should make the Weather Control song a parody of something.
Let's do it. Oh, that's a great idea.
We'll make a new song.
That's
And
such a good idea.
We gotta find a song that we want to parody again, though.
For
and
sure.
It'll just be ridiculous weather control nonsense. It'll be fantastic.
And this is a year later. We have so much more at our disposal.
Dude, we've gotten a lot of practice. We have a lot more skills and equipment and gear, and it's gonna be incredible someday when we're not super busy going on the news and being American Idol hosts and making movies and all the other
we'll
shit.
see. I'll pencil you in for 2025.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. We got
Maybe after like fall this year.
Fall this year. We gotta be careful about that. I know how I am. I know how you guys can, like all of us can be too. Like get distracted real easy, and people will be like, "It's July. Where's Karanormal?" And we'd be like, have you heard the fucking weather control song? We got
bitches.
sidetracked. Like,
Why would you want Karanormal? You guys only gave us almost $4,000 to make this movie.
Yeah.
We've been busy making the weather control parody.
It's
you
like we got
bastards.
95% there, and then we got together in the basement and we're like, this song could be fun.
Yeah, right. You'll eat what we give you. No, dude.
People show up to the premiere, and it's a music video of the Karanormal or the weather control song. Yeah.
Maybe we could open the fucking Karanormal up with the weather
control song. A live band playing the I mean, I have a live band at my disposal.
Right.
You know that, right?
Oh, I've heard the news. We have like multiple live bands at our disposal.
We do.
Yeah.
We literally have like 3 bands at least at our disposal.
All of them play in my band.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Matt doesn't play in your band.
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying that my band, Lizzie Jurich, Dave Tamulonis, Logan Batten, and Lone Sav all have different projects they are in together. So they all have 3 other bands that my band
like
could
really
play
7 million bands. Your band is actually like 6 bands.
You're like Kevin Bacon in the 90s, dude, with like 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Everything comes back to Matt Crays.
Everything. That's how I planned it, man.
The weather control device.
Oh, do you know this guy? Oh my God, he's a cousin of the man in Matt Cray's band.
No.
Yeah.
But the fucking weather control device is gonna have to wait.
It's gonna have to.
Gonna have to wait until the
Karanormal.
movie is done. That's like the only thing I can think about. Actually, I'm shooting like a music video next week for Isolation Force. If you guys haven't checked them out, do it. They're
Hell
real
yeah.
cool.
They're awesome.
They got a new single coming out, and we're gonna make a video for them. It's gonna be sweet. And
I saw that video that you did for the Rasta guy. What's his name?
Lapaka Roots.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was a
Yeah,
cool video.
it turned out pretty decent, dude. Yeah. Also, check out Lapaka Roots' fucking video. We gotta get him on the podcast sometime. He's a busy dude.
That'd be cool to meet that guy.
He's really cool. He's super, super friendly. All of the reggae dudes in Erie that I've ever met, or all the reggae musicians that have been on this show, are all fucking the sweetest, nicest dudes ever.
I feel like that goes
Higher
with the
vibration.
genre.
Yeah, high vibration.
Yeah.
We just had Dan Barker from Rolled Up too. All
Cool.
just super nice dudes.
I feel like this is gonna sound stereotypical, but I feel like if I meet a reggae person, it just fits the vibe of their music. I expect them to be
Just be
super
like,
nice,
yeah.
Happy,
chilled
sunny,
out,
fucking chill.
Everything love, bro.
Right. It's
Exactly.
great. Yeah, that video turned out pretty good too. I was a little worried about it because we filmed that like in the fall, and we were waiting to get some stuff from Hawaii when he was down there. And,
Oh, right. For the footage that you had.
the last bit of footage that we needed, and it ended up turning out really good. I'm super happy with it. Wapaka likes it, which is usually the main goal. You know,
Right,
you want
for
the
sure.
clients to be happy whenever
yeah.
you're making a video for them. We got this new one coming up for Isolation Force, which will be pretty cool.
What kind of music is that?
They play like alt rock.
Cool.
You know what I mean? It's fun. It's nice.
They're here. They're local.
They're here. They're local.
Female fronted.
Female fronted. Cool. Really cool band. They've been playing around for a couple of years now, I think, and I'm really excited to put this video together for them. But other than that, it's all Karanormal all the time.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Full cast rehearsal.
Full cast rehearsal this week. It's going to be amazing. Everybody's going to be there. And then we got like 2 more weeks, and then we shoot.
I keep forgetting we're in the future right now.
We're in the future.
Well, we're in the past, but we're speaking in the future.
In the future.
Man.
Alternate universes everywhere. Everything at once, baby. Everything at once. Future, past, present. We're all fucking here all the time. And I bet you people will listen to this, like, probably still be listening to this 20, 30 years from now.
For sure
in the
will.
future, you know
For
what I
sure.
mean? When
This
we're
shit's
all
gonna
old and
blow
gray.
The
People
fuck
are going to be
up.
like, damn, you ever listen to that classic Everything at Once episode?
Dude, there are going to start being classic podcasts, like classic rock or classic music.
Yeah.
Classic podcasts.
Like you go back and listen to the old ones?
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be, dude. That wouldn't surprise me.
I'm
Someday.
sure that some of the old Joe Rogan stuff is now, probably not now considered classic because you can.
I
just,
don't know.
like,
Some
find
of
it
the
on
old
the
stuff
side.
was fucking bad. Dude.
I think
Might
that
not be
happens for
classic
everyone.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'll draw a certain point of attention. And this is like the new radio
Right.
show.
For
The
sure.
new radio show. The new version of AM talk radio. We're fucking re-embodying those old people that listen to AM talk radio right now.
You know what I found out this past week? I
What?
went. I contacted Lily Broadcasting, Happy 927, to promote this, and they're like, "Well, you really wouldn't be able to promote your music because you would be sending them somewhere else, like to Spotify or iTunes or you know what I mean, another streaming music."
Well, tell them to
service.
play your fucking music.
I'm
Like,
about
why
to
don't you guys? Yeah, I'll
Right.
play it on the fucking radio then, you dicks.
For sure. Well, when I went on Rocket, they're like, "We'll have you back anytime." So I'm gonna send them the song. I'll probably send Happy the song in Star 104 and like, but that whole station, the Boston Store station, most of it is like remote stuff.
Yeah.
And like IRs. Since
Oh.
COVID, they completely downsized. I was really surprised to be in there and
So
just,
all
like,
the DJs are like at home at like a studio or microphone
well,
like
so
this.
there people do come in, but like a lot of stuff is pre-recorded and like sent from what is their big?
I don't know.
It's not a Cumulus Media or something like that.
Yeah.
might be it.
Or iHeartRadio. Yeah, so like iHeartRadio sends them whole ass radio shows that they play for hours at a time. You know
Right.
what I mean? That a lot of times it's just for hours at a time. There's
I feel like
nobody
it's
in
been
those
like that for a
studios.
long time. The DJs don't actually DJ at all. They just play the playlists they're sent.
Hey, the guys that I was on with, they're there consistently every morning.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that like the eerie staples are all still there from the radio stations, but most of the stuff that you hear is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Most of it, I guess. Throughout the
Interesting.
day, you're riding in your car at 2:00. You know what I
Yep.
mean? You turn on Star 104 and there's a radio show on. It's probably been pre-recorded.
But who really? I mean, how many people still listen
Like
to
subscribe
the radio?
to that. You know what I mean?
Or
Like-
even just like listen to it, you know, like every time I get in my car, it syncs up with my phone and
Right,
I listen
right.
to what I want to, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like radio is not as. I mean, it's just like cable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why? Like everybody just streams anything they want anymore.
Right.
So it's hard to justify keeping, you know, a full-time staff of like DJs and radio
Oh, dude,
hosts and all that
I
stuff.
get it. I just guess it didn't process in my brain until I was in the radio station.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it also makes it really hard for local bands and stuff to get their music on the radio. I feel like it used to not be such a challenge. Maybe it always was because they were always kind of trapped by these playlists that they have to play or whatever that they use on their radio station that they can't add in local music, you know?
I remember being on WERG when I was at Gannon, because it's a Gannon radio station.
Sure.
So part of the audio production class, one of the communications classes is that you have to do a semester of a radio show. So, but yeah, there was like there was a list of songs, you know what I mean, that you had to like
Choose from.
Oh yeah. So it wasn't like you couldn't put, oh hey, this is a local artist, check this out. You
Unless
know
you're
what I mean?
like, who was doing Face
Face
Cookie?
Cookies. What was his name?
Joe Copta?
No, the guy before that. What's
Not
his
as
name?
K?
Nope. Before
No.
that?
I don't know.
Oh, man. That's going to bother me.
Yeah.
I'm going to think of it.
Yeah. Unless you're like doing a show like that, you really don't.
Exactly.
Exactly.
What was that guy? Who's that guy?
This is your Cobra Commander.
I know.
We'll remember at the end of the show.
He was
end
a
of the
good
show.
guy. He was like hooked into the music scene for
Yeah.
a long time. I wonder what happened to him. Wherever you are and whoever you are, shout out to you.
Yeah, good job, guy. We miss you. I don't think
miss
face
you,
cookies is
guy.
a thing anymore, and I miss it for sure.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that, like, unless you're that guy, it's like really hard to get on the radio locally because they're all owned by these massive conglomerates that are. And really, I think that more people would listen to. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just optimistic, and I think that people want to interact with their community and the people around them and shit. But I think that more people would listen to the radio if I could listen to, and it would just like really help the music scene around here
Right.
flourish. To
I think-
have like a Logan B and Dirty Lee, followed by Matt Crays, followed by
Right.
Matt Boland, followed by, you know what I mean?
L. Taylor.
L. Taylor
yeah,
and
her
Spades.
music's
And
great. Yeah.
I'm not saying they have to play it all the time, you know, but when somebody produces a new song, like give it a shot.
Big deal,
you know?
for sure. A lot goes into it. I mean, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But like, it's not only is it expensive, but like it's so time consuming, especially doing like this. I mean, you've been to the studio, you know it's no joke. You know, out in
Been to
Wattsburg.
a couple, yeah.
Oh yeah, you went up with Tyler too.
Yeah, to Suma.
Hell yeah. How was that?
Dude, it's wild. It's a really cool place. It looks like a fucking weird old school castle, and then you get inside and it's like a giant barns, and then it's like a fucking spaceship with a giant fucking mixer.
Mixing board, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. And
An iconic one at that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That traveled all the way from like California and had to be like, it couldn't get shut off. I learned about this from Brian Glosky actually, why
Right.
it couldn't get shut off.
Really?
Because the old mixers and soundboards, you remember like Super Nintendo and shit, how they had the cartridges?
Right.
And you couldn't save anything on them?
Right.
Because the way that the flash memory system works is that once it runs out of electricity, it erases itself.
Oh.
So it has to stay with electricity or stay powered on, because if it gets turned on, it would erase itself.
Huh.
And the same way, like you can't have like a save file on
Right.
like Super Nintendo games and stuff
Right.
like that.
Interesting.
So yeah,
The more you know.
It was
Shout out to
interesting.
Brian Glosky. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, we kind of deciphered that ourselves, I think. I don't remember. But anyway, being able to play on the radio for local bands when they release new singles just really, and it just exposes so many new people. It makes the nightlife and the music scene around here so much more vibrant, because so many people are going to get exposed to hearing that like maybe would never have heard of them,
Right.
or never gone to see them, but now they're like, oh dude, I really vibe with this song.
Yeah, and
It's
they're
on the
playing
radio.
out at
Let's
Room
fucking
33
go.
tonight. Let's go
Yeah,
check it out.
dude.
You could have your Wonders moment, that beautiful fictional band from the 1996 Tom Hanks produced movie.
Even if they just did like a showcase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a radio showcase show. Yo, Cumulus Media, I will make that for you, okay? You fucking give me the money, all of it, however much you have, and we will make a
Local artist playlist.
showcase, like
Showcase.
showpiece. Like I'll DJ it and record it. It'll be like an hour long.
Right.
I'll
and you
do
can
a
play it
couple
once a week.
You pay me, however, $1 million. I'll take it. I'll do it for $1 million. Okay.
That's a good deal. That's
a
a
solid
steal.
deal.
I wish there was still. I'm still thinking about that movie. I wish there was a radio store, because that's what happens in the movie. Like his girlfriend is like listening to the radio, and they're like, "And now from Erie Zone, the Wonders." She's like, "Oh my God!" And she like runs in the like State Street, runs in and like turns up the radio and starts dancing. And I want that for you. I want that for
Aw,
everybody
yeah,
around
dude.
here.
Shucks.
Yeah, Abby runs in and is like, ah.
Starts playing like a sad song about recovery.
Yeah.
And everybody's dancing.
Loving it. It could be a thing. We're on to something here.
Hey, you guys have both heard the song. What do you think?
Love it.
Wonder Years, right?
No.
Gotcha. No, Without the Ball is great, dude.
Yeah,
I love
dude.
it. It's good. It's a good, heartwarming song, and I appreciate it. I think it's It carries a good message, and it's a fine song. Now, are you ready for some constructive feedback?
Absolutely.
It's too literal.
It's too literal.
I like my things a little bit more symbolic
More
and
vague
highbrow and vague.
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It has a message and it carries it well, but it's a specific message. And
Right.
one thing that I personally always really appreciate about music is it being able to be interpreted in multiple ways.
Right, yeah.
This one is very much, you know the meaning.
Right.
It's very specific.
I totally get it.
And you can totally still... Your bottle, anybody's bottle can be
Right.
whatever it is that they're
For sure, that
struggling
was the
with.
whole point of like putting it out to as many people as possible.
Right. Well, I mean, the bottle can be a relationship. It can
Right.
be, whatever it is.
It could
any
be
sort of
scratch-off
addiction,
tickets. It could
scrap
be
off-
eating
yeah,
too much.
lottery,
It could be
gambling, whatever it is. But me personally, I like a little bit more symbolic message or meta message.
Yeah.
That's my constructive feedback.
Absolutely, dude. And no, I totally get that. I was actually given that note by our record label.
Yeah.
I was like, basically, I sent them the song. They're like, listen, your songwriting is mature. The orchestration is great. We love the music. How about we remove the word bottle and remove the word God? And I was like, no.
No.
No. No, because it's a song, like the way that I wrote it, it all came out at once when I was sitting in Glen Bay Rehab, and like the lyrics came first, so the lyrics weren't going to change. If you want another song, listen to another song.
That's this song.
Although I bet I'd be willing to bet that if you retooled it to be a country song and then sent it out to
dude.
they would be like, this
God,
is our demographic, bottle God, perfect.
Right.
Sign him up.
But do you want to be a country star?
I sure don't. I mean, like, I don't sing like that. I don't have twangy guitars. I mean, I know Dave can play a slider,
Yeah.
pretty well. But I don't think that I would rework this song. I think this song has met its, fruition
It's gold.
here.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
it could definitely be a country song. But also, going back to my I almost said hatred of country music, but my lack of respect. We'll say I don't respect it a whole lot. Pop country music goes back to the simplicity and the straightforwardness of the message.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is a song about a big-titted girl in a truck. Mm-hmm. And you're going to hear
And beers
that
and my
over
dog.
over.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's about. That's what it is. And it's very straightforward. And maybe that's one of the reasons, maybe I'm just now realizing that's one of the reasons I'm not the biggest, pop country fan.
Right.
Well,
It's because
here's
I like
here's the question though, and I don't think we've talked about this with you in the 1,006 times you've been
Right.
on our show as the best guest ever. But we've talked with other musicians, and I'm not sure if this is exactly how the industry works anymore. I know it used to be like this, but if a producer is like, "Yo, Matt, you got 8 great songs. They're solid. We love them. You need to make a pop song.
Right.
You need to make something that will be streamed."
Right, yeah.
You gotta make those concessions sometimes if you want to really.
So, I think that I already have pop songs. And that's the thing is that, yeah, I know that's pretty standard in the industry, where it's like, oh, you have these great hits and they're deep and they're album songs though. They're not the single. Right, is what in my brain I've heard before, from the
Wonder
record
Years
labels
is
that
like
I
a
was-
single song.
Right, it sure is. You know what I mean? It's catchy, it's got a good melody, you could hear that song on the radio if it wasn't so long. Most songs that are played on air on pop radio are less than 4 minutes long. And that song is 4 minutes and 20 seconds, something
Right.
like that. So it would be too long to even submit. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure that a local radio station might play it if they want, but but to submit it to do that, obviously I'm starting the whole pitching process.
Right.
And a couple of the streaming services, you have to wait till it's been released already, like iTunes and Amazon, specifically I'm talking about. And like part of the pitching process is telling the story about the song, but like it has to meet a certain amount of parameters. But that's not one of them for streaming services. But if you want your song on the radio, it's got to be like 3 minutes and 51 seconds long at the very most.
Right.
You know, which is what this Without the Bottle is, by the way.
Yeah.
It just so happened that it was, honestly. But I'm not in my songwriting recently. I have songs like my next single is like the pop one that's going to be on the album. You know what I mean? It's called Lover. It's super catchy. It sounds a lot like Matt Mason or like Benson Boone. So many people have told me, you know that song Beautiful Things, you should sing that song. I'm like, fuck you, I'll write a song better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great song.
Sure.
Shout out to Benson Boone. I want to sing with you. But that's like, that it definitely is something that I keep in mind, I suppose, when I'm choosing the songs, like for the next album or the next single, is that like, okay, is this going to play? I mean, I've got a lot of really, really deep shit, right? That in the future, should I gain quote unquote fame or like notoriety or become TikTok famous or something like that, like those songs will be appropriate to put out no matter what. Right. When I was in discussions with the record label, the owner was like, well, Taylor Swift can do what the fuck she wants. You know what I mean? Like Teddy Swims can do whatever the fuck he wants because they're huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she can put out a 6-minute long song and it will play on the radio because it's fucking Taylor Swift. You can't do that, Matt.
Not yet.
Not yet,
And
right?
to go back to Dave's question too, it's not about like that song is its song. If they want something different, then you can make a different song.
Correct.
And not change that one and allow it to have its own integrity and be what it's supposed to be.
Well, that's also the answer to your question, right? Like I do have songs that have more vague meaning, and like even the Wonder Years was right up your alley in that sense. You know what I mean? But this is definitely something, like I said, it has come to fruition. The fact that it went from a piece of notebook paper, the back of a piece of notebook paper at Glen Bay Rehab, to what it is now is fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I'm just like still flabbergasted as every time I listen to it, like, because once in a while I think about once a week I'll listen to it again or show somebody again, but I don't listen to it every day like I did for months.
Right.
You know, yeah, I'll just be like, man, I remember plucking that song out, like sitting in a chair in the lecture hall at Glen Bay Rehab, plucking it out on this beater guitar, and then looking up. By the time I was done, there were like 15 people there, and they were like, what just happened? It was cool. But it's one of those like higher power moments, I think. Like the song didn't come from me, it came from a higher power.
Yeah.
I think.
No, for sure. I think that
call
sometimes they just pour out of you. Like
Yeah.
you're just one of my elders calls it a hollow bone because it just travels through.
I like
you
to
know
think
what I
of
mean?
it as a conduit.
It's
like
a
that,
conduit.
yeah.
You're just a tube for whatever to get where it needs to go.
For sure.
Do you think that is the reason why you're so reticent to switch anything for that song, or is that how you are with all the music you make?
Yes, and so if I would have sent them, because I did. So I was in discussions with the record label for about 2 years, and I mean, shout out to them. They're great. I'm not going to name them because they don't know about this, but I was sending them my music, and we were like, he was sending back like little tips and tricks and pointers and stuff like that, and I would, you know what I mean, because like the message was unclear, or you know there could be a part here that sounds like this, you know, or listen to this artist. This is what I hear. Try to like maybe emulate a thing, you know what I mean, like something that they do, a dynamic. But for this song, it was a complete song from start to finish. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was set in stone, not by me, but by my higher power at that point. So that's why I was reticent. If I sent them Lover as a demo and they were like, I think we need to change this and this and this, but it's so catchy and hooky that they're not going to get rid of the part. Like I'll send you guys the demo that I have, like the iPhone recording of that song, and you guys will understand why, because it's just catchy and it pops, right? It's a pop song.
Yeah.
But that is up for, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if I were to send them that and they're like, that's the song we wanted, here's $100,000, change this, this, and this, I would do that. You know what I mean? Because that's part of the process that I haven't been a part of yet. Like I'm not I'm not saying that I'm the best song. I mean, like I don't think I'm a great songwriter. Other people do, and that's great. You know what I mean? But if an industry professional gives me a piece of advice, I'm going to consider that suggestion.
Right.
The reason that I said no is because this song, A, means a lot to me, and B, it was a completed work by the time that I left rehab. You know what I mean?
That makes
Some
sense,
songs
yeah.
have a lot more sentimentality and attachment than other songs.
For sure. And look at the attention and support that it's getting because I'm releasing it independently. You know what I mean? If I would have changed the lyrics, it would have been another like 3-year process probably before it would be whatever country song they wanted it to be. Well, no, because it's got beautiful. The composition is beautiful.
Right.
The producers did a great job. Abby is an incredible pianist, and Dave is an amazing fiddle player. You know what I mean? So on top of the fact that it's solid songwriting, it turned out to be what I think we want to do is we want to rip the vocals from it and try to submit it to like TV and movie as like soundtrack music. You know what I mean? To see what happens because it's a well produced song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is, and it from start to finish, it's a complete song.
Yeah.
You know.
So what's coming up is which do you like recording more? Like a poppy, catchy, fun song, or
I've been playing these songs for so long. I mean, like The Wonder Years is an old song. The Wonder Years is like a 12-year-old song.
and you recorded that one with Glosky, right?
I did, yeah. Another shout out to Glosky. I love you, buddy.
Yeah, dude, he's amazing. I feel like he really is like a top tier producer.
Dude, he's incredible.
He's so
man.
fucking good.
Some of the music that he's put out, holy shit.
Yeah, you would
In a
have no
trailer.
idea that it
Oh my
was
God,
out in
you
the
walk
middle
into
of
that
nowhere.
place and it's a wreck, but it's like, dude, there's at least $100,000 worth of studio equipment.
Oh yeah, easy. And it sounds like it, you know what I mean? And
It sure
he's
does.
great with production, and I think that there's a big difference between like a live performed song versus like a studio track recorded song,
right.
you know what I mean? Just because you can add so much more through like the production value, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got all these little subtle things going on that you may not really notice unless you're like very much paying attention to it, and it just adds to the whole ambiance of the song, you know?
You know, Brian, I'm going to get a hold of you. I would really love to do a single with him again. Because, like, even over the course, because when I did it with him, it was in 2022, and he was, like, in his, I think, second year of doing it. Mm-hmm. But he has 2 more years of experience of just, like, pushing out amazing music.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see what we could create again.
He's awesome, dude. He's a fun dude to work with. I'm sure recording with him is probably I mean, we did record
It's a blast.
What's My Wage Again with
We
him.
sure did.
For the first session, showing us the ropes, how we do it.
So he's got to be in on the weather control
Yeah,
command.
he definitely has to be in
100%.
on the weather control device.
We could go to his trailer and do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would be 100% down. Brian Glosky, if you're listening, we want to record a parody called
Hit
The Weather
us
Controlled Device. And I'll talk to you about it when we're ready to do it. We want to come out and I'll be your like assistant audio engineer for this project.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to make a bold statement and say we make this as original as possible, and this will end up being Matt Crays' Werewolves of London. His joke song that just blows up.
Yeah, dude, everybody loves it.
Watch me. I'm gonna bang out just like the most serene, amazing, fucking poppy sounding, cool song about satellite weather control that you've ever heard in
It's
your
gonna
life.
blow your mind, and it'll be symbolic and meta and all of those things too. The weather control, because the weather control is just like, I feel like already so symbolic. The weather in general,
Right.
You know what I mean? Sunny day, rain, clouds. What you know what I mean? Wind. It's all just
You can you can use that as
a lot of symbols for a lot of
for
shit.
sure.
We need a part of it that people can really enjoy singing along with, like the oh woo.
Oh, yeah,
people love
definitely
doing that. They
some
love doing the werewolf thing.
Right,
like
right.
we can't use that, but we
Right.
got to think of a weather sound
For
that
sure.
people can just like really
I
get behind.
bet it's already in the works. My mind is spinning.
Want to know what I'm thinking? The thunder. Whenever the thunder is happening in the weather control,
Okay.
and have people
Yeah.
clap along. They'll
Okay.
fucking love it. That'll
Cool.
be the
Absolutely. There'll be a clap section.
There'll be a clap section, and there'll be a gang vocal section, and it'll be
Yes.
really catchy and amazing, and it'll go on the radio.
Where we all repeat the words we say. Like Beastie Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's gonna
I
be
like
amazing.
it.
I'll come in and I'll rap a part too. I'll rap the fucking
Fuck
whatchamacallit
yeah.
part.
Tony Who, let's go.
My rap stage name is actually Thugnificent.
Thugnificent.
Yeah.
Magnificent.
Of course it
Thugnificent.
is.
And I'm the scrup doggy dog.
Oh my god.
Scrup
That'll
dog.
be great, dude. We'll both do it. It'll be incredible.
Maddie C. Thugnificent and the Scrup Doggy Dog.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Mine's close to copyright infringement, but it's not.
Just there,
there.
barely.
Hell yeah.
We should write it with AI.
No.
Ooh,
No,
no.
I don't want to write it with AI.
We can come up with some cool shit.
I think that we should write a verse with AI,
Sure, we'll play with it.
just for lulls.
Just for lulls.
We
See how
won't
it
tell
sounds.
anybody, except for everybody that listened here. They'll know.
Right?
But,
It pays to listen to the show the whole way through.
yeah.
we'll secretly sneak in a little bit of AI, and
Nobody will know.
wiser. Just for our own little funny.
I can dig it. I can get down with it. For
Even
sure.
if it's just a line about weather control,
Fuck yeah.
we'll do it.
I'm down.
Future plans,
Future plans.
match show.
Yeah. Come out to the show.
Come out to the show.
City Gallery, April 27th, which is this Saturday.
Yeah, boy.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
I'm getting really pumped about it. Doors at 7. Music will probably start at 7:30. There will be 2 sets. It'll be a solo set and then a group set. And it's all going to be recorded by yours truly
we'll
over here.
record it. We're gonna record it. It's gonna be amazing. I don't know if we'll do video or not, but we're definitely gonna do sound.
We'll fuck around and find out.
We'll fuck around and find out. It depends on how long you want to record the thing, because my camera, or if we take breaks, it overheats after a while.
Okay,
of
yeah.
just like straight recording.
We'll see.
Like DSLRs just do that.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll order the fan by then. Who knows? We'll find out. More will be revealed. Nobody understands
right.
what's going on.
Everything at once.
Everything at once,
It's
baby.
happening.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, sponsors.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
sticking
friends.
around.
Thank you,
Thank you,
people
Glosky.
listening. Thank you, Brian Glosky. Thank you, John Duckworth. Thank you, music and radio and all of the good things in the world. You guys are the best.
And satellites.
Satellites.
And weather
Thank
control.
you. Tesla.
NASA.
Keep your eyes open for the weather control device. It's going to be fucking incredible. And
What?
y'all are the best. Deuces.
Deuces.